afternoon, good evening, good morning, good night, and all that good stuff. I hope everyone around here is ready, because I'm here with a match preview for the midweek game for the Mariners as we head towards Harrogate Town. This is one of the rearranged fixtures that we have, the games in hand that we have, and can we hopefully look to, if not quite seal safety? Can we get safety against, or at least get one step really closer to getting safety? Difficult game though. Harrogate have had, to be fair, they've had a really good season on the whole, and I think it's one of the. It's a game that. And we got postponed. I remember when the first game happened, got postponed at 12 o'clock because of the pitch inspection, and me and my friend were just about to head off, but he got called off just before we were about to go, so unfortunately didn't make it. This is the rearranged fixture, and let me tell you a little bit about the form of both sides. And like I said, I always use Soccer Punter for all the stats info and all that good stuff leading to the game. Talk a bit about David Artell's presser and what he's had to say on Anthony Glennon, and obviously thanking the fans after what happened with his father. So before we get into all that, let's start with exactly the form of both teams going into this game. Harrogate Town looking a very good, 2 wins out of the last 5, 2 draws and a defeat, so only 1 defeat in 5. Harrogate are, like I said, they've really punched above their weight this year, because I was expecting them to be nearer the bottom than they are. So I think it's credit to them. They're able to do that. Grimsby, on the other hand, 1 win in their last 5 games, 2 draws and 2 defeats. We've gone and last Saturday's game was probably the best game we've played in a long time. Or I honestly felt like it was the best we'd performed. We just have to start to learn to sort of kill teams off a bit more. But it was far more like it on Saturday. David Artell was asked in his pre-match about Anthony Glennon. Was he actually in thoughts of coming in for the game at the weekend? This was last weekend. Apparently he's been battling a separate knee issue, which is a bit of a shame, because I'm sure, obviously being the player that he is, he would have thought of it being a good chance sort of get in. I wouldn't change too much. David Artell did actually thank the supporters for the messages and the support after losing his father last week, and again, doesn't surprise me, because we all come together for people when they're part of us. So so David is doing good. He's doing okay, which is great to know. And obviously he will be in the dugout for Harrogate on Tuesday. In regards to form, this is a team that we have not had much success over in the times that we have played Harrogate. We've played Harrogate altogether 7 times, and it's 4 wins for Harrogate, only 1 for us, and 2 draws in that time. Goals scored of 1.57 for Harrogate, 1.43. But the ratio of goals is 11 to 10, 11 goals to 10 in Harrogate's favour. So there've been sort of like close games, but the only time Grimsby have beaten Harrogate Town ever was in the FA Cup in 2015 when we went to Harrogate and won by 4 goals to 1. Since then, we drew 2-2 in the EFL Trophy, and then Harrogate have beat us in the 2020-21 season, 2-1 and 1-0 respectively, and last season it was a 3-2 win for Harrogate, which I believe we blew that on Boxing Day of 22, and a 0-0 draw at Blundell Park. And whereas earlier this season, well, just before Christmas, Harrogate were able to get a 2-1 win at Blundell Park to really not make our Christmas so merry. Simon Weaver is their manager, and he's their obviously longest serving manager. I think his dad is head at Harrogate, but he's done absolutely wonders over the years for Harrogate Town, and still continues to do so. And they do have dangerous players in Harrogate, and they like to play football. They love to keep the ball on the floor, like a lot more teams are doing these days. But I do feel like, they can be got at, and we showed that a couple of seasons ago, really, when we probably should have got more wins over them than we have. But if you are interested in a little bit of a punt, you can get Harrogate Town at 15-8. Grimsby Town, you can get them at some places at 29-20, with the draw at 12-5. Some stats here for the game. The longest winning run for Harrogate is 3. Don't need to go over ours. We know it's only the 1. They've gone 6 games maximum without defeat. They've gone 8 games without a win. It's been their longest, whereas Grimsby's have been 7. Clean sheets, they've got 10 to Grimsby's 9. So again, stats wise, not much in it. Average goal scored is 1.24 for Harrogate, 1.27. So we're marginally scoring marginally more goals than Harrogate. Average goals conceded, 1.68 for Grimsby, 1.43 for Harrogate. It has come down a little bit, but I still think that's a little bit too high. Their biggest victory this season was a 5-1 win. Their biggest defeat was that 9-2 defeat against Mansfield. We don't need to go into ours, really. I think that's we know all that stuff. George Thompson is their top goal scorer. Danny Rose, of course, with his 15th in all competitions, 13th in the league for Danny Rose. And they have come back to win 3 times, Harrogate, again compared to Grimsby's 1. We've scored one own goal. Harrogate have scored 2, and it's 5-3 on penalty goals as well for the 2 sides. If we quickly now look at the league position of both teams, you can see what I mean by Harrogate have kind of punched above their weight, really, and they have got an outside chance of the playoffs, believe it or not. They lie in 13th place. That's 16 wins from 42 games played, drawing 10 and losing 16. And this is where Town have kind of slipped a little bit, and I'll get into that in a sec. 52 goals for Harrogate to score, 60 conceded, a -8 goal difference. 58 points. They are, as we speak, they are 7 points from the playoffs, so it's going to be difficult, but they do have an outside squeak. They'll probably now feel like they're not going to get there, but you know, mathematically they can still get in there, and you never know what could happen. In Grimsby's case, after that win the weekend, things are looking a bit more rosier. No pun intended there for Danny, of course. But we're lying in 21st place. 9 wins from 41 games played. Drew 16 and lost 16. Scored 52 goals, conceded 69. So really, if you look at it with a -17 goal difference, 43 points. And this is what I mean. Our goals scored are exactly the same as Harrogate. But we are 8 places worse off than Harrogate. We are 15 points worse off than Harrogate. And we've lost the same amount of games as Harrogate as well. We've scored the same amount of goals and we've lost the same amount of games. But the big difference is we've drew 16, Harrogate's only drew 10, and we've won 9 where Harrogate have won 16. What we would do with that record at the moment to get that. And that just shows you it's not necessarily they've been least in the way of scoring goals, they've been so much better, but I think in games they've been far more clinical, and you know they have won 7 more games than we have this season, and that 16 draws have actually really hurt us this year. And one of the main reasons why we're down there is, again, the 69 goals conceded. Nearly 70 goals in 41 in over 40 games, in 41 games, 69 in 41. You're asking for trouble, and that's one of the reasons why we are in trouble. When David Artell was asked about certain situation, we're not safe until we're safe. Simple as that, and that's what I live by. I've said we need 5 points. Some fans seem to think one more win will do it. I get the point because they're looking at Sutton. I'm not looking at Sutton at the moment. I'm looking at Colchester, and because they're the ones below the line. So in that regard, it's a 5-point gap, but it's still possible for us to get caught. I think we're still, to be absolutely certain, I still believe we're 5 points away from it, only due to that. Yes, Sutton aren't playing because they've only got 3 games left. Colchester have got 6 games left, whereas we've got 5. Until it is mathematically impossible for us to get caught, we've got to believe that we could still get caught. I do think, though, I think we're, to confirm it, I think we're 6 points away from it. I would say on the whole, if we were to win Tuesday and win on Saturday, we would definitely be safe because of more so games, but you never know. You never know. Sutton could bring a result again from somewhere and it'll ask the question again. So we just need to be aware that, yep, we're pretty close to being safe, but we're not. it's going to be a difficult game, this, because we don't know really how Harrogate are going to approach this. Are they going to approach it to where they're going to win, or where they feel like, you know, are they going to feel like they can still push towards the playoff place? It's going to be very hard for them now with only 4 games left for them. But like I said, they'll still think mathematically they can still do it. The goal difference could go against them. That's where goal difference could go in their favour. But I believe they're comfortably going to be mid-table, Harrogate, whatever happens. So in a sense, a very good season for them. Where we're concerned, it is about getting enough points to get us safe. One other thing before I finish, David Artell did mention in his pre-match as well that obviously things are ongoing in preparation for the close season, and apparently he's already spoke to a couple of players, at least inquired with a couple of players about next year. Nothing other than that. So, you know, it looks like the club is looking ahead, but obviously until league status is confirmed, we have to keep our minds on the job, and I think this game is, Harrogate could be forgiven if they do take the mind off the situation, because they're safe. It is going to be hard for them to break the playoffs, but you never know. With us, we have to get ourselves safe. Maybe one win may be enough, but again, you've got to just make sure that our job gets done, and that's what it's about. Get our job done. You know, we haven't got to worry about situations, but while it's still mathematically possible, it's still mathematically possible. So finally in this video, what's my score prediction? Do you know, I'm going to go for a cheeky 1-0 to Grimsby. I don't think this one's going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be the prettiest game, because obviously we're still fighting for something. And they're going to think, oh, if we can get a win, who knows? And you know, it close the gap. So they're not totally out of anything to play for. Neither are we. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 win. I'm going to go for I've got to get Danny Rose. I know it's so easy to keep saying Danny every week, but I did see a fan say earlier, without Danny Rose, I think I agree, we probably would be relegated without Danny Rose. Danny Rose is 15 goals for the club, 13 in the league. So for me, I'm going to go 1-0 to the Mariners to, you know, hunch us over the line, but we may need one more afterwards, but we'll wait and see. I will be at Harrogate tomorrow night, so I am going to actually be there. So if you do see me, come over, say hello, and give me what you think your prediction is going to be. If you can't be at Harrogate, I believe Mariners TV will have the game on there. As far as I believe, you will be able to watch the game. It's a Tuesday night, so usually that's the case. And if not, you've always got the great people at Radio Humberside, which will keep you abreast of what's happening over in North Yorkshire. So can the Mariners, I'm not going to say clinch survival, but can they take one massive step towards it? All but confirm it really, all but confirm. So leave your comments down below. What do you think the score is going to be? And do you think we're going to be safe after this game or not? Let me know down below. So please do like, please do share, please do subscribe. I'll be back on Wednesday when I actually review the game, and also this week we'll also be having a preview for the crew game on Saturday. That's coming up this week as well. So you've got the review from Tuesday, and you'll have the preview on Thursday or Friday for the crew game. But in the meantime, please do like, share, subscribe, leave me your comments. Let me know down below what you guys think. Hit that bell button, that'll let you know when I upload the review. And if you're going to Harrogate, safe trip. It has all sold out now. The complete allocation that we're given was sold out. So be great to be around a lot of you and to enjoy the game. But in the meantime, guys, I will see you for the review after the game, and I will see you guys soon. Like I said, hit that bell button, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you for the review. Until then, guys, I'll see you soon. Up the Mariners, up the Mariners. You're gonna, I don't know, one win does make you feel good, doesn't it? Well, let's hope we can make it 2 from 2, shall we? We haven't done that a lot this year. Let's go for it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.